We're excited tonight to be talking about something new. I haven't really done this before. For those of you who have heard of Teen Eagles before or maybe seen some of our stuff online, we usually meet monthly, second Monday of the month from 7 to 8:30 p.m. And traditionally, it's always been, Teen Eagles was started in 1996, and it's usually always been, as far as I can know, at least in the recent history, it's been monthly, and it's been more of a lecture format where we've had a guest speaker come in and speak on an issue, speak on America's Christian heritage or the biblical Christian worldview. But we're going to continue to do that frequently, but we want to engage more. We want to do more stuff, create more content, reach out to young Christian conservative students, have fellowship, camaraderie, while working towards a shared goal. So we're kind of changing course a little bit, same mission, but just a different method. And the purpose of meeting tonight is we're going to walk through that and what that's going to look like. And this meeting's going to be a little different than meetings we've had in the past. Like I said, they've always been lectures or a guest speaker or something, and we'll continue to do that, maybe on a quarterly basis. But we're going to start meeting, and I won't spoil the whole thing because we're going to be talking about this for the next hour, but we're going to be meeting more frequently and a little bit more in a casual activity format, more of a workshop setting. So the purpose of tonight is launching that officially, talking about it, and hoping to grow this into something that's beneficial for us, for our families, for our community, and we want you to be a part of it and to tell people about it because we want to grow it. So we begin every Teen Eagle meeting with a prayer and a pledge, and today is no different. I'm going to ask Teen Eagle President Ben Woodward to lead us in a prayer. We'll pledge, and then we'll get into our content tonight. Ben?
Bow your heads with me. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for today. Thank you for the time that we can gather together, and I ask that we have a good meeting and that we are able to clearly outline our new mission and our new goals. And I pray that everyone has safe travels after the meeting. Thank you. Amen.
Amen. Ava, you want to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
Please join us in the pledge.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, awesome. So, like I said, I'm going to do some introductions here. My name's Andrew Muller, administrator of Teen Eagles. This is Ben Woodward, our student president. Ava Ashinger, Teen Eagles secretary. Elijah Woodward, who you probably would have seen at the front door, is also a part of our student leadership team. And then Jackson Green, who is our Teen Eagles student vice president. He's not with us tonight. He's actually traveling out of state, but you'll see him in a different form later tonight on a video. So I'll let you see him there. And then we also have Andy Ashinger, who's Ava's brother. Andy is a new addition to our Teen Eagles student leadership team, and that's another thing. Teen Eagles, our meetings are student-led, student-run, student-executed, so all the planning and preparation and everything that goes into what we do is done by students. So we have a student leadership team that oversees all that, but there's various levels of involvement that anyone can get into. That's kind of the whole point of what we're talking about tonight, because we want that very thing to take place more. Student involvement and student action. And it's going to be easier, I think, for you to do this under our new format. But Andy, who's also on the leadership team, hey, come on in. Andy, who's on the leadership team, he couldn't be here tonight, but he made a video, a short little video, because he wanted you to know that he was here with us in spirit. He was excited you're here. So Andy Ashinger, our director of media and technology, he prepared this short little video in lieu of him being here tonight. Here's Andy.
Hello everyone, and thanks for coming tonight. I'm Andy, the Director of Technology and Media this year for the St. Louis Teen Eagles. For the past 2 months, we've been sharing ideas, producing videos and flyers, and posting on our social media pages to get ready for this launch of the Eagles Nest. We're super excited for this new chapter. With this new path, we have the great opportunity to educate and inspire our generation to stand up for truth. We will gain knowledge which will empower us to influence others and change our community. So join us in this new journey.
So just a little hello there from Andy, since he couldn't be here tonight. Who's a part of our leadership team, and Jackson, who's also not here, like I said, our vice president, You'll hear from him in a different format later on tonight. But just some quick introductions, wanted to do that. And then this is interesting, just wanted to share this with you. Andy, who you saw, and Ava recently, when was it that you attended this?
2 weekends ago?
2 weekends ago, they attended something called the Reawaken America Conference. It was held in Branson. I'll let Ava tell you about that, but she took some pictures and put together a little video, and she just wanted to kind of give a report of what that was like and let you know about it.
Yeah, so it was a great experience. It was 2 days, Friday and Saturday. Pretty much all day conference. Went from like 8 a.m. to like 9 p.m., which is pretty long, but it was really good. Had a lot of educational stuff. It was about it was pro-God, pro-America. Some speakers talked about like the elections and stuff, and others talked about how vaccines are not necessarily safe and effective. Yeah, I guess that's it.
Yeah, awesome. What were some of the main speakers? I know you might see some pictures of them.
Eric Trump, Kash Patel, Dr. Sherry Tenpenny, Dr. Simone Gold, General Flynn, Dr. Charlie Ward.
Mike Lindell.
Yeah, Mike Lindell. Yeah.
Mike Lindell, the pillow guy.
Yeah.
So Ava and Andy put together this little video, just some pictures. You'll see some pictures, some names of some of the speakers, just a little insight. But Teen Eagles, we try to send out as much as we can with different events that go on. We attend conferences when we can. If there's a good Christian Conservative conference in St. Louis, we always try to attend. Send out information about events. This one was in Branson, so it was a little out of our reach, and I was unaware of this one, but Ava and Andy found that. There's tons of opportunity if you get involved in Teen Eagles to be able to hear a lot of great speakers. I mean, I've been involved in Teen Eagles for 6 going on, I guess 6, I don't know if it's close to 7, but definitely 6 years. And I was able to meet Vice President Mike Pence, senators, governors, state senators, representatives, tons of amazing people, authors, researchers, podcast hosts, people from the Daily Wire, people from tons of different groups. It's really neat. So there's always opportunity to be able to do that, and we keep our eyes out and our ears on for that. But a part of what we're hoping to move into a little bit, which we'll talk about tonight, is being able to make videos on that stuff. When we go and hear a speaker, or we have a speaker come, or we attend a conference, to be able to write about that or make a video about that, to share it with others, so maybe they'll get interested and involved. So Ava and Andy did just that and made this little video slideshow that I want to share with you. Just a little overview. Yeah, that was.
Really, really good.
Yeah.
Good job.
So that was something they put together, over the last couple days, be able to share their experience. But we want to do stuff like that with all sorts of content to be able to post on our website, on our social medias, to be able to get into that. So the plan for tonight is we're going to do a couple things. I'm going to tell you a little bit, just a little brief, couple-minute history about Teen Eagles, what we've done, how it's historically been done, and then kind of get into the idea of what we want to do. And then we have some cool things to show you, some videos we've made, how we make those videos. We've actually set up something we call the Eagle Nest, which is a studio meeting area in the next room that we've set up that we're working on. We'll go in there and take a tour and look in there. That's where we'll be meeting for the vast majority of the time. And we just want to share this with you, and hopefully you're interested and would like to be involved, or know somebody who's interested and would like to be involved. So just a brief little Teen Eagle history. Like I said, Teen Eagles was started in 1996. Really, the Pillar Foundation, which is where we're at right now, is really the heart and soul of the foundation of Teen Eagles and how it started at its roots. But Pillar is a nonprofit educational research organization that was also started in 1996. And Pillar exists to share the biblical Christian worldview, America's Christian heritage. We do that through research and the maintaining of lending library. We have also a couple other libraries. We're in one of them. This one's not available for checkout, but our main library that has close to 9,000 items in it, which is down the hall and to the right, that's completely open to the homeschooling community. You can check things out of that. But we also offer free classes to the homeschooling community. We have over 20 classes for high schoolers, and they are taught from a biblical Christian worldview, and they're free. So
Adults can come too.
and adults can come too. Some books have a small activity fee, a very small amount of the classes do, or you have to pay for the books, but we try to get the books. I mean, sometimes a class might cost $5 to $10 with the books. We try to get them as cheap as possible. Other classes are, free. No books.
Coming up in January, like politics, American Constitution.
Yeah, government and Constitution.
Government Constitution.
Yes, so that's a second semester class we teach here at Pillar. We have about close to 20 students signed up for that. You can still sign up for that if you'd like to be involved in that. Parents can sit in that. Anybody can if you want to. But yes, we have a government and Constitution class, and that is a great course, getting into the Constitution as written from an originalist perspective. A lot of original source documentation we use in that, and it's very concise and palatable and easy to understand. And yeah, that's starting this upcoming second semester. And if you talk to one of us, we have information in the lobby about that, or you can go to pillar.org. All of that's available. But yes, and that's Pillar's bread and butter: biblical Christian worldview, America's Christian heritage, and a part of that's the Constitution, right? So absolutely, 100%. So that's really Pillar, but Teen Eagles started as Pillar students that thought, okay, we've learned stuff, now what are we going to do with what we've learned? And Teen Eagles was kind of the result of that. What are we going to do with what we've learned? And, they've attended conferences. Former Teen Eagles, the list of some of the Teen Eagle alumni that have gone on to do different things is really quite remarkable when you look at some of them and how Teen Eagles helped direct them to what they were passionate about or interested in. There's quite a few, neat stories there. But like I said, met on the second Monday of the month, and that's what we've been doing all the way up to last month. That's how Teen Eagles always was when I was involved. Second Monday of the month, 7 to 8:30, and it was having a speaker in or a lecturer in to talk about a subject, and that's great, right? But it's an hour and a half on a Monday night, which is a weeknight, and it goes until 8:30. And maybe you talk to somebody for a couple minutes before, maybe you talk to somebody a couple minutes afterwards, but after that, you're out the door, right? And that's great, but we want to have more camaraderie, more fellowship with like-minded students, and then be able to do something with what we're learning. And that's really the foundation of what Teen Eagles is. We have information in our minds, we have passions in our hearts, but then we want to use our hands, right? And get what's in here out into the world and reach people. So what we're doing is we're starting something new. We've never done this before, but after some prayer and discussion, we are starting a weekly workshop, and that's what Teen Eagles, the direction we're going to head. Instead of the monthly meeting once a month, second Monday of the month, we're moving to a weekly workshop format. We're going to meet, for the time being, we're going to meet on Thursdays from 2 to 3:30, and what we're going to do is we are going to go through books, courses, videos, tons of stuff. Have speakers come in and talk. and give presentations and be able to go through current events, headlines, what's going on in the news, but then be able to write articles, blog posts, make podcasts, make videos, attend a conference or go on a trip and document that, film it, post it on our website, post it on media channels. And we want to do that because we want to, instead of people coming to us, we want to come to them and to share the message. And also there's tons of great life skills that we can learn while doing that. And as Christian conservative students that believe things and want to act upon things, we can do that and that'll be great. But in making videos or making podcasts or any sort of thing, there's life skills that we can cultivate and create that then we can take into a work environment in the future, whatever that may be. If that's website management or public speaking or writing abilities or editing or whatever it may be, photography. The sky's the limit, right? But it's about making God-honoring Christian conservative content with like-minded peers, studying and researching, and then sharing that studying and researching with others via digital media, in print and online, right? And we're going to go into some ideas about that and what we want to do. So I kind of teased that Jackson Green, our Teen Eagle Vice President, was here in some form or fashion, and he is. This is kind of an idea. When you watch this, not only is this a commercial for what we're doing with Eagle Nest, we're calling it Eagle Nest, but also this is a glimpse of the type of stuff we can do with Eagle Nest. So just for context, we made what you're about to see in about a week. So about 7 days. We took a couple hours to film it, and then the rest we did editing and collaborative efforts at home, and we can talk about that. But this was our first video, you know? We're just figuring this out, just trying to learn how to do this, and we made this, and we're going to share it. We posted it on our YouTube channel right before this meeting started, put it on our website, but you guys are the first to see it in person. So watch this.
The St. Louis Teen Eagles invite you to join us as we reimagine what we can do together. We are starting up weekly interactive workshops where we will research and learn about the biblical Christian worldview, conservative ideas, and America's Christian heritage. We believe that as the next generation, we need to know not only what we believe, but why we believe it. But we don't want to stop there. We invite you to join us as we develop communication skills to share our values, faith, and beliefs to the world. Are you in? We will study and learn through interactive discussion groups on current events, books, videos, and lectures, guest speakers on a wide variety of subjects including worldviews, history, apologetics, leadership, social issues, and communication, and attending conferences, events, rallies, courses, and workshops that keep us informed, inspired, and involved. We will also create short educational videos and podcasts to post on our website and media channels, maintain a multimedia website, social media pages, and video studio, write blog posts and articles, and plan and execute educational events and meetings for the public on the issues of our day. In summary, we are launching a weekly interactive workshop to sharpen our minds, network, and create God-honoring content that expresses Christian conservative ideas. Join us as we connect and collaborate with like-minded peers and grow leadership communication skills, all while working toward a shared goal. We invite you to come into the Eagle's Nest.
So you get a little bit of an idea, right? Yeah.
Is that in addition to the Monday nights or instead of?
Instead of. So it's going to be weekly. So we are going to still do educational events and meetings like Dan Ford, right? We had Dan Ford come in last month and he spoke and gave a presentation. We'll still do stuff like that, absolutely. But it's going to be a little bit more on a basis where, hey, we see something that we want to communicate, a speaker, a presentation, invite them to come. Like I said, maybe that's every other month, maybe that's quarterly, and we'll still have people come in like him and speak in the weekly interactive workshop, but it'll just be a little bit more casual, less formal, more discussionary teaching and lecturing from somebody who has expertise in a particular field. So we'll still do that. It won't just be us in a room making content all the time. We'll still have people come in and do stuff and present on history, or have somebody who's an expert on an issue come in and talk. And that's kind of the beauty of it is all of the people we've had come in and give lectures or speak. It's been, hey, come to this meeting and hear this person speak. And if you're there, you get to hear it, and that's awesome. And if you're not, then too bad. And sometimes we've filmed it and posted it, but it's always been very low quality. But now somebody can come in, and we're going to have, maybe somebody like Dan Ford, or somebody like, a candidate for governor, or whoever it may be, and we're going to talk to them or interview them, and they can come and they can speak, but we'll film it, or we'll make it a podcast, or we'll have a discussion with them. So not only can we hear from them and learn from them, and it'll be great in person, we can then take that and share it with other people in a nice professional format.
So you don't have to miss everything.
Yeah.
If you happen not to be here.
Well, and that's the other thing. It's going to be weekly, but you can still come once a month. If you're like, hey, I can only make 1 week a month, awesome. If you can do every other week, awesome. If you can do a couple weeks here, miss a couple weeks, whatever. But it's going to be more frequent, Does that make sense? And this is a discussion, not a presentation per se, so feel free to interject.
Typically, how many students are involved? I mean, how many kids are involved in
Yeah.
in this?
It's
15, 20, 30, how many?
It's been that in the past, but that's kind of the thing, is Teen Eagles it's been a large group before, and it's been a really small group. And really, since pre-COVID, we were doing pretty decent. And then after COVID, things just really fell off. And this is a move that we feel is good because we feel called to do it, and we think it's good to share it. But it's also a little bit of a survival move because the whole second Monday of the month, monthly, more formal, hey, come listen to this lecture and then leave, that's just not as attractive and appealing to young students as it maybe was 10, 15 years ago. So yes, it's been, right now we have our leadership team, which is 5 people. And then we have a couple people that are involved and enjoy coming to the meetings, and they're frequent attendees.
Right.
But, it's become a lot smaller.
Right.
And I think that's
In terms of
because,
teens.
in terms of teens,
Because
Yeah, that's
we'll
what I'm
have 30,
asking.
40, 50 people at a meeting.
At a meeting,
Where
yeah.
Whole families can come.
Absolutely.
Now, I don't know if all families want to come to the weekly thing, but
Right.
that's what happened.
Sure.
So it's just an add-on, really.
It's an add-on.
So as far as teenagers, I mean,
Yeah.
it's what, half a dozen, 6, 8. I mean, currently
Something
right now.
like-
yeah, currently it's
Yeah.
under
Right
10 of
It's
like
under 10,
frequently.
frequently.
Yeah.
Are plugged in.
Correct,
Right.
correct. And it's been a lot larger than that.
Oh yeah.
But we just want to change our approach a little
Yeah.
bit to try to tap into that more.
Yeah.
And, one thing that we've heard over and over again is, man, I want to connect with people that are Christian and conservative.
Right.
And, they're not a numbskull, and they think about things, and they want to work towards a shared goal, right? And that's a need. And maybe you don't get that in church, or maybe you don't get that in school. If you're homeschooled, maybe your siblings, But to be able to go somewhere with Christian conservative people on a weekly basis, and we're learning, we're growing, but hey, we're also growing professional skills, like some of this stuff you just saw, this video we made in a couple days, and we're sharing that with people. And these are great life skills, right? Because in the modern America, you're going to have to communicate with people in whatever field you go into, whether that be in word, in speech, video, whatever it may be. So this is a great opportunity to collaborate with young people that share your same worldview, and then also work towards bringing about change, and sharing that with others. And we just haven't had that as much apart from our monthly meeting.
Right.
And like we're trying to come to people instead of people coming to us as much with that one meeting, to be able to do this in a weekly format.
No, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I have a question.
Yeah.
Okay, you and I have talked about, collaborating and doing things in groups and stuff
Yeah.
like this, and there's a lot of stuff going on right now with conservative groups right now
Yeah.
in this world who are needing to reach out to others.
Yeah.
Okay?
Right.
Just to let everybody know, I'm with the John Birch Society,
Mhm.
okay, and I'll still extend an invitation that if somebody wanted to come see our group, we would be happy to have you come and attend, introduce. I think Jackson's been to one of our meetings in
Yeah.
the past.
Yeah, I know he has.
And I just say that there's other groups that we're actually interacting with now in our outreaching effort
Yeah.
to find out what other people think and how they're dealing with things. And
Sure.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
getting into a lot of different kind of perspectives about different groups in St. Charles, out in
Sure.
Washington, you know, and all around this area. So I'll say that, you know, from our standpoint, if you wanted to, you know, have somebody come over and attend one of our meetings from time to time, or, you know, record what we're doing here, that sort of thing as an exercise, we'd
Yeah.
love to see something like that.
I appreciate that. Yeah, I appreciate you saying that. Yeah, and you know that's one of the benefits of just being more active is that hopefully we can collaborate with more groups. I know Turning Point USA, for example, they've been opening up chapters and trying to start a little bit more of a broad spread of Turning Point Faith, they call it, and they have that meets in churches, and they're on college campuses, of course. But yeah, to be able to tap into that and to be able to collaborate with folks, would love to do that, absolutely. But we just, like I said at the beginning, there's information we have in our heads, there's passions we have in our hearts, and to meet on a monthly basis and to hear a lecture or something, that's great, and it's awesome, and we love doing it, and we will continue to do it in some form or fashion. But to then be able to share that while meeting more frequently, we just feel like that's a really good move moving forward here. So kind of have some ideas and some bullet points here that I wanted to run through of what that can look like, and then I'll show you some more things that we've made, just little short things. So this is kind of the mission idea of what we're hoping to do. We're hoping to create a weekly interactive workshop to equip youth to study and effectively express, that's really the important thing, effectively express a biblical Christian worldview, conservatism, family values, and doing that through meeting together weekly, through media, studio production, and writing, to educate and inspire and encourage ourselves and our spheres of influence while also gaining valuable life skills. That's really the bottom line of it. So we want to research and promote the biblical Christian worldview, Americanism, and our nation's Christian heritage. We'll do that, like I said, through going through lectures, courses. We'll do that as a group, discussing current events, all sorts of stuff. Having people, Teen Eagles and Pillar has a lot of connections with people who are, really involved in communications with other organizations, or they're really involved in debate, or they're really involved in photography, or video editing, or podcasting, or politics, or things going on in Jeff City, or DC, or lobbying, or whatever it may be. But to be able to have those people come in to the weekly workshop, share, discuss with us, hey, maybe we'll interview you or put together a video with what you share, post that, try to get that information out there. We also want to refute Marxist, socialist, humanistic, progressive, and woke content and narrative that's in our media, academic institutions, and government. So counterculture, right? We're trying to engage in the culture war. We're learning and equipping ourselves, but then also trying to speak and share. That's huge. And equipping each other to boldly proclaim God, His absolute truth that's found in the Bible, and subsequently, after that, defending the Constitution and America's Christian heritage and conservative family values. So here's kind of some ideas we have on how we want to do that. So we want to create educational videos like some of the ones you've seen on those issues. We have a website that we want to beef up. I'll throw the website up on the screen here in a couple minutes. It's a nice website, but we'd like to improve that. So, if anyone has any interest in website management, or hey, maybe you have an interest or a knack for, marketing, or whatever it may be, writing, podcasting, you want to do any sort of thing, we want to be able to work with you to do that. We have a sheet, actually, that I set out here on the table if you want to join our Teen Eagle mailing list. And then there's also a spot that says interests. If you think about it when you walk out, maybe write your name and then something that interests you that we talk about tonight, so that we can kind of remember, hey, you were interested in this, and we can maybe reach out to you and see how we could work that out so you'd have the opportunity to engage in that. So we want to work on digital media, like I said, but also writing, blog posts, articles, columns. This is something that we've really been thinking about that's a need that we're hoping to do in the future. Who's familiar with this? Heard of the Frontline paper? Quite a few people. Frontline is a publication done by the Constitutional Coalition. This is their latest edition that came out in October, and also one of their last. They're not going to do Frontline anymore. And this voter guide that's in here is fantastic. It's a voter guide specifically for the state of Missouri, and a lot of people read this. And this is going to be a huge gap that's going to be gone with this voter guide gone. Personally, I've given tons of these out. I know people that have given tons of these out. So what Teen Eagles wants to do for the upcoming election in 2024 is we want to work together to put together our own Teen Eagles voter guide. So we want to reach out to candidates and ask for original statements, maybe create a survey to send to candidates, take on St. Charles, St. Louis, and Jefferson County candidates and issues within there, all the statewide candidates and issues, and publish our own original Teen Eagle voter guide that's available on the website and in print, with the goal of reaching 100 to 200 voters. And the people who made it can't vote, right? You see the effect that can have? Maybe interviewing people, going to their office or, meeting up somewhere, interviewing, hey, you're going to run for Secretary of State, or you're going to run for governor, and lay out some Christian conservative talking points and ask them what they think and publish that. And it'll be original. We're not sharing it. It's our own original content. So we see that as a great opportunity that we want to take. So that's just one idea that we have, making our own voter guide.
Question?
Yeah,
Why wait till 2024? There's an election coming up in April of this next year.
of course.
School
Could do
board
that too.
elections. School board elections are very, very important.
100%.
Okay?
Yeah, absolutely. And this would be primary as well, right? Because so many people don't vote in the primary. We would absolutely do primaries. We would do a general election, school board,
I
absolutely.
mean, it could be a good prototype as a stepping stone to the bigger things that you're thinking about.
That's a great idea.
That is a great idea.
And see, like this doesn't have school board candidates, right? They usually do these, one in the spring, one in the fall, and sometimes they hit that and sometimes they don't. But yeah, absolutely, that's a great idea. So we want to do stuff like that. But what could you get out of that? Well, this could enhance writing skills. This could enhance researching skills. I'm just speaking to what, as a student, if you wanted to get involved in this, what you could maybe get out of it. Researching, communication, printing experience, if we're going to print some out and give them out. Website experience on uploading it. Make political connections and talk with people in this interviewing process that we might do. Asking candidates for statements, whatever it may be. That's a great networking opportunity. It's a great researching opportunity. And it would really make a legitimate change. I mean, even if you influenced 100 people and how they voted and gave them a new piece of information or a new perspective on a candidate, that matters, right? So that's a huge idea that we have that we'd like to do. And that would be an Eagle Nest project that we'd take on. We also want to host podcasts. Like I said, this could enhance writing abilities and writing out talking points, researching things, coming up with a docket of things you were going to talk about in a particular episode. It would help with voiceover skills if you ever wanted to do anything in voiceover or speaking or just general articulation abilities. This is something that you could do. Maybe you're a little camera shy. You don't want to speak in front of a group of people. Maybe you don't want to be on camera. But hey, it's a podcast. We can press, stop and delete it if you didn't like it. And we can, work. And it's a good entry level into speaking and articulating. Make videos. That could be reviewing a book, a movie, an art, like a conservative movie or documentary. Writing articles. Covering a conference somebody attended, like Ava and Andy did. Maybe summarizing what a speaker did or spoke on. Or even speaking to an issue or topic. You're familiar with PragerU, how they make a 5-minute video on capitalism or socialism. We could do something like that, do some research and make a 5-minute video on critical race theory, or make a 5-minute video on, capitalism versus socialism, or any sort of thing. It's just getting the information out there, right? So that would help with public speaking skills, nonverbal communication skills, right? It's one thing to be able to speak. It's another to be able to talk with your hands and be energetic and be engaging. These are skills, no matter what you're going into life, you're going to need to be able to communicate effectively, even if that's with your wife or husband in the future, right? Even if it's, something like that, you're going to use it. So these are great skills to be able to have. Post-production, editing, media marketing, all sorts of possibilities. And then, like I said, there can be some non-voter guide articles and publications on the website if somebody wanted to write an article, and we'll have a process for that with peer review and reading it and checking as a group for grammar and factuality and all that kind of stuff. So some other opportunities, and then with the weekly workshop, and I know I'm repeating myself a little bit, but within that we will have goals, objectives. We'll be like, all right, we're going to do a voter's guide. So, we'll maybe have a big whiteboard in there or something with people and deadlines and projects. This will be structured. This will be, there'll be accountability. You'll be able, it's almost like a big group project if you want to think of it that way. But we'll be working on that together and setting goals and working on the weekly workshop basis. And then, like I also said, we'll have people to come in, speak on their expertise, whether that be writing, media, communication, filming, website management, whatever it may be. And then there's certain courses, videos, lectures, articles, discuss current events. That'll take place during the weekly workshop. And then, of course, a big benefit of all this is fellowship, camaraderie, community service, growing together spiritually, growing together with knowledge. And you could almost look at it as an extracurricular workshop, while affecting great change. We could even get into different kind of writings, like the Babylon Bee does or something. I mean, the sky's the limit. There's tons of different things that could be done here. And we want as many people to be involved as possible. And we're okay with it being a very small group to begin with. If it's 3, 4, 5 people, awesome. And then it grows to 10, great. If it gets better than that, awesome. But we're sharing stuff. And it's going beyond whoever's in the room because it's being shared. Does that make sense?
Perfect.
Does anyone have any questions or comments on any of this? Any ideas?
You can be part of it at home and not be at Thursday.
True.
There's lots of possibilities.
Well, so Ben,
Go
tell
on.
them about your involvement in the video. So Ben wasn't here when we filmed the video, but he was influential in it.
Yeah, so I was out of town, but we use this thing called Canva, and it's really neat. Is you can collaborate with everyone at one time, and you can all work and make comments and suggestions, and you can edit videos or make flyers. And we've used it in the past to make flyers, since we'd have like a design team and we work together to make flyers for our events. But we were able to edit the video and change the music and add in like all the backgrounds, like the title screens like that, and add text and links, and we were able to do it all together. So I mean, even if you can't make it to every week, even every week or every other week or once a month or whatever, if you live far away like we do, we live about an hour away, you could still collaborate online, and so you could still be a part of it.
So like Elijah, for example, in the back. Hi, Elijah. He made the soundtrack for that video, right? He made the sound, he put together the music for that. So you can be involved and collaborate. And since he mentioned Canva, I'll pull that up briefly because I have it pulled up on our screen here. So see, like this is Canva. We have all of our projects and all of our graphics and stuff that we work on. So you can get in here and, we can give access to this to any students that want to be involved and are interested. And we just get in and we can start editing. We can start making comments. I can type, hey, Ben, I don't like the color. And Ben can be like, all right, let's change it. And this is all happening in real time. It's free to get involved in. You don't have to, this is a web-based program. You don't have to download anything. It doesn't cost you anything. We bought a subscription to be able to use it as a team for up to a certain amount of people. I don't remember the number, but it was a decent amount. It'll do us well for a while. But so there's opportunity. If you don't want to come every week or you can't, you can still be involved. Also mentioned our website. This is our website currently. It's a nice website. It's all right. It's got our social media links, Rumble there. We have our videos. We've been uploading archives of past meetings and things that'll pop up here in a moment to our YouTube page. And you'll see the graphics here in a second. But we've been uploading these things, and some of them are higher quality than others. But we really want to beef up on this. We had Alex Newman, who is an international journalist. He speaks and writes for The New American, which is out of the John Birch Society. Fantastic investigative journalist, probably the best investigative journalist that I know of in the entire country. We had him come and speak for the past 2 years, apart from this year. He came in 2020 and he came in 2021, and he spoke on COVID and the deep state and stuff that was going on with the World Health Organization and the CDC. And it was a great meeting, and it happened over Zoom because everyone was at home. And we uploaded that video to our YouTube page, and it was awesome, and everyone was having a fun time watching it. And then YouTube banned it, and banned the video. And before we even launched our Eagle Nest project and started getting into this, we got this little bit from YouTube. Hi, St. Louis Teen Eagles. Our team has reviewed your content, and unfortunately, we think it violates our medical misinformation policy. We remove the following content from YouTube. Alex Newman threats to our republic. We know that this might be disappointing, but it's important to us that YouTube is a safe place for all. If content breaks our rules, we remove it. If you think this has been a mistake, you can appeal and we'll take another look. keep looking for more details. So I thought, okay. So I clicked appeal, and it said, we will thoughtfully review your appeal. 30 seconds went by, and it said, appeal rejected, and they rejected. But it says how your content violated the policy. YouTube does not allow content that spreads medical misinformation that contradicts local health authorities of the World Health Organization, WHO, medical information about COVID-19, including methods to prevent, treat, or diagnose COVID-19 and the transmission of COVID-19. So we uploaded it to Rumble, and it's got like 200 views. And, hey, maybe 20 people were at that meeting. I think there were about 20 people that watched that live. Now we've got 200 people that watch that, right? And for us, that's a big deal. That's the largest meeting we've ever had, right? And we uploaded it to media. So we want to be involved in cancel culture, and we don't want to be involved in cancel culture. We want to fight cancel culture, even though we've already been canceled. But we uploaded this to Rumble, and we have other ways to upload things if YouTube kicks us off. We have other means of Rumble or MeWe or Parler or whatever. We have other things set up. Yeah.
Have you tried perhaps morphing it with another video of a different topic?
I've heard that you can do that. I haven't tried it though. But you can put something fairly. I think I know what you're talking about. You can put like a video of a dog playing fetch or something, and then put your controversial content.
Something else political to kind of disguise the true video. So
sure.
And have music in the background.
Have music in the background. No, haven't tried that yet. But it was funny because it was an hour-and-a-half long call, and we have at the time we had 4 subscribers to our YouTube page. So a huge threat to democracy, right? Teen Eagles was. But we just want to engage in that more and get involved in that more. And the fact that we're getting stuff taken down means we're on the right track, right? That means we're sharing the right stuff.
Or if you, instead of saying that this is the truth, you could say maybe this is the truth.
Well, yeah, could upload it, Alex Newman spreads conspiracy theories lies, kind of mask it. No, but...
This says, we don't believe Alex Newman.
Right, listen to this guy, crazy. Isn't this crazy? Yeah, so...
On a clickbait.
Clickbait, that's true. So stuff like that. So we have that stuff up on our website. I left the, there it is. This video has been removed for violating YouTube's terms of service. So I put that video up. And then I put a link to our Rumble video of Alex Newman. Alex Newman, vaccines, COVID mandates, and threats to our Constitution. So, hey, trying to get stuff out there. But our YouTube page has some stuff on it right now. But we just want to build this up. All this is just archive stuff that we've had in the past. Tim Barton, president of Wall Builders. Matthew Lohmeyer, first guy to be canned from the Space Force, right, for not getting the vaccine. We had him come and speak. Recorded that. Alex Newman. Another interview with Alex Newman. Bill Federer when he came and spoke. Dan Ford, his space race presentation. That's up and online if you want to go rewatch that. All this stuff. Our promo video, right? We put that up on there. So we just want to grow this and get more involved in that sphere. So just a little look at that for whatever that's worth. And then I said I'd show you some other videos. I made these in less than 5 minutes. Less than 10 minutes, let's say. And these are things that can be posted and shared on issues and events. And there can be people that do this from home if they want to. So just an example.
You're saying the other video in 5 minutes?
I made this whole thing in 5 minutes. But see, it was just some short little video that said vote no on Amendment 3. And I posted it on our social media page. People looked at it. People liked it before the election. If you remember, this Amendment 3 was the one that was on medical marijuana and also had all this CRT, critical race theory stuff. There was an amendment to the Constitution of Missouri. It was 39 pages, right? So we posted that. Engaging in culture, engaging in things in a fun, interactive way. Here's another one that we did recently. Let me pull it up here. Here was one that was just, this one didn't have any music to it. But it had a little quote, little video. In selecting men for office, let principle be your guide. Regard not the particular sect or denomination of the candidate. Look to his character. Quote from Noah Webster, right? Just encouraging people to vote and be involved. This was our most recent little exploit. I made this one in maybe 15 minutes about Veterans Day. But I'm just playing with the software at this point, just making stuff. But we could do this, and it could be longer, stuff on an issue, on a candidate, whatever it may be. But this was all made on Canva for free on our web-based software that Ben was telling you about, right? But Ava, you were there when we shot the promo video, right? I mean, tell people how that went. That was fairly simple,
What
you
were
know.
you doing?
For,
What
yeah,
was your part?
So my part was, I was essentially the teleprompter, so I held up a clipboard with like the script that we were using. So I'd walk with the camera and yeah, so it was a really good experience. Yeah.
But you can be involved in tons of different aspects. Ava wasn't behind the camera at all, but I mean, her and Andy did a lot that day we went and filmed. I mean, Andy was holding up this big poster board, blocking out the sun out of Jackson's face. Ava standing over me, holding the clipboard with the script, walking.
Group effort.
Group effort, absolutely.
Yeah.
So there's tons of opportunity to be able to get involved. And we're just showing you just some of the stuff we've made in the last couple weeks just playing around. So the sky's the limit, and we want it to become more professional, more slick, and more researched, and we want you to be involved in it. We're going to go over, we have 15 minutes left of our hour, go over and tour the studio, but just so I don't have to bring you back here again and do this, I'm going to show you, and this was another one, and see, this is so funny. Our Christmas party's coming up, and Andy, Ava's brother, who can't be here tonight, who's on the leadership team, he made this, not that, that's our censored subpoena there. No, he made this flyer for our Christmas party, and it was great, and it was nice, and I was like, oh, thanks, Andy, for making this flyer. You made it on Canva. And then Ava's like, oh, Andy made a video as well to go with the flyer, and I'd never seen the video before because I missed his email, and he made this video as like a moving flyer for our Christmas party. I'll show this to you as well. But they're having so much fun with it that I can't even keep track of it. But look at this video. And this is just promoting our fun little Christmas party. So it's just like a video version of the flyer, right? But it's still really fun and really cool. And he made that, and he was able to be creative and communicate something in a really professional looking way, right? So come to our Christmas party, right? And I'll throw up the flyer as well. And there's flyers on the table there as well if you want to be involved in that as well. So I'll throw that up. That'll be fun. We're not going to do anything super heavy-handed there. Just play games, right?
We used to go
Carol. Yeah, we used to go Carol at the
Back here
fountains.
the nursing homes and other kinds of
That
stuff
changed a
before
little bit with COVID. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there's also some of those frontline papers. We're trying to get rid of those because we have a lot of, or a decent amount of them, maybe 30 left. But there's some good articles and information in there. I happen to write one of them actually. But if you want to grab one of those, you can. But let's take a moment and walk over to the studio. This is kind of a work in progress of the space we've been making. And then, just so I don't have to bring you back in here again today, feel free to sign that. Put your name, take up a couple lines if you need to, and write maybe what we're interested in tonight, your email address. We'd love to reach out to you. We are launching this Eagle Nest program and this idea, this change on, let me pull up the flyer.
January 5th.
Yeah, January 5th. This one doesn't say January 5th. It just says Thursdays, 2 to 3:30. But it's January 5th.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is. Coming January of 23. I put the year. But starting January 5th, which is the first Thursday of the year. So that will be happening here at Pillar. We'll be meeting sometimes in this room that we're in now, other times in the Nest, just depending on what we're going to be talking with that particular week. But invite your friends. Come to this. Give us a shot. I think that you'll enjoy it. Hopefully it can be a blessing to you. You don't have to be an expert in any of the things we're talking about. That's the whole point of us doing this. If you're, Christian conservative student, and you're just like, hey, I just want to be around people that think like I do, and I want to learn more, and then at some point I want to share it with somebody. You're not going to we're not going to stick a microphone in your face or put you in front of a camera unless you want to, okay? But we want to work with you so that you can benefit and that people can hear the message that we believe in. Okay? Any questions or comments on any of this before we move over?
We appreciate you doing this.
Oh, thanks for coming.
Thank you for stepping out, because in the world we live in right now, the kids, the teenagers, you feel like aliens in this world
Yeah.
right now. I mean, to have the principles and values
Yeah.
that we have,
Yeah.
it's so overshadowed with everything that's going on.
Yeah.
And so to have that support system
Yeah.
to like-mindedness
Yeah.
is huge. So I just want to say thank you.
Yeah,
It's
of course. Thank you.
very, very nice that you guys, it's awesome. you
Yeah.
guys are doing this.
Appreciate that. Absolutely. Thank you very much. Any other questions or comments? Anybody?
Is this weekly starting now or starting the 5th?
So it's going to start January of 23. So we'll have our Christmas party in December, which is on December 12th, and that'll be in the evening, 7 to 8:30 here at Pillar
Monday.
on Monday, and that'll be kind of our final Monday meeting as it's
Right.
been.
Yeah.
And then after the year's over, heading into 23, so in 2 months, in January, we will start on the first Thursday from 2 to 3:30 in January 23. So that's the 5th of January. So yeah, and if you want to get on our mailing list, we'll be sending stuff out about this. If you want to look at our Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, social media, website, it'll be all over.
And we'll be planning large group events
Yeah,
too.
yeah, we'll be
Part of it.
planning
So
events. Yeah,
We're not done with that. It's
Yeah.
just gonna be better.
yeah.
Yeah.
This is an addition, not a subtraction.
Yeah.
Yeah, same mission, different method. So yeah, absolutely. Starting in January weekly. So Christmas party next month, and then the next month, January is starting. So yeah, absolutely. Any other questions or comments? All right, let's hop over to the next room, and we'll look at our studio. And then also, Ava baked some